one at the International Future of Building Forum. I'd like to call on our next panel and our speakers to come up on stage, and I'll be asking Mr. Al-Tamimi, Mr. de Ledebeur, Mr. Polit, and Mr. Nassar to please come and take your seats underneath your photograph. If you could talk a little bit about your company and you.
Our company started 20 years ago and 20 years plus. So we're working in smart technologies regarding the smart buildings, and we're focusing recently on residential. So we do some applications helping for energy saving, for comfort, security as well.
Excellent. And Mr. Ledebeur?
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I didn't know how loud. My name is Patrick de Ledebeur. I work for a company called Pneumatic Vacuum Elevators. We manufacture a state-of-the-art air-driven home elevator. So our elevator operates using a very green technology. As it pertains to sort of smart homes, we find that, having the ability for additional accessibility inside of a home, increases the standard of living of all homeowners. So, we're very excited to be here. We've been in business since 2002, and we've been the pioneers of this technology for over 21 years.
Thank you. And Mr. Polit.
Thank you, and good evening to everybody. My name is Marek Polit, and I am representing Grenton Company. Grenton is a smart home manufacturer from Poland, and we are developing professional smart home system to manage the whole living area spaces.
Thank you. So, Mr. Al-Tamimi, I'm going to come to you first because you guys have been in the smart home business for a while in Saudi Arabia, so one of the leading companies here. What are the new trends in the smart home? I mean, I've got Alexa lights, that's it. So there must be other stuff that I need to know about.
There is something very important for everyone to know about it, which is, smart home. Everybody thinks like smart home is controlling the home using mobile phone. This is, it's okay, partially it's correct, but this is not the smart home. Smart home, we were talking about the building that it's understanding my needs, understanding what I need, and if I feel cold, the temperature will go up. If I'm there at home, the light will turn on. If it's a sunset time, the curtain will close. So this is the concept that we need to give it to everybody. So there should not be any command given to the home. The home should act by itself. So this is the first part of the thing that everybody is supposed to know about smart home. How about the market? We feel like there is a higher demand than before. Every year we find like a higher demand. The point is a lot of commercial products coming in between, which is okay, but we have to make we have to evaluate whether it's a smart device or it's a smart system. Because smart device, it's acting by itself, standalone, while smart system supposed to be a group of devices acting together within the same network. I'm not sure if that answers your question.
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
And just to extend, dig a little bit deeper, in terms of the smart, so it's not just about the environment. When you say it's like a thinking home, right? So should it be integrated with your TV and your fridge and your cooker and things like that?
Well, there is nothing called full option smart home. Okay, it always depends on what exactly you are aiming for. So you have to, like an example for you, you want to have a feature when you switch on your TV, the lights will dim in or dim out, the curtain will close. This is your option. It might not be my option. So it's always there is a variation of differences in the systems, which we have to respect for every need, for every person.
So when you're designing a system for a particular home,
Correct.
You have to take in the preferences of the user.
This is the tough part anyway for taking the requirements from the clients But at the end, this is something that we have to do to have a successful smart home project.
Okay, thank you. Because, yeah, I need a smarter home. I'm lazy.
We're ready.
The air elevator. I mean, I've never heard of one of those.
Yeah, we manufacture.
I mean, that is
these ones.
amazing, you know, because a smart home should have an air elevator, right? So tell us about your air elevator.
Yeah, so we manufacture the only elevator in the world powered by the most abundant resource in the world, air. We have been the forefront of this technology since our company was founded in 2002, so we've been doing this for over 21 years. How the elevator works is that it's a cylinder with a cabin inside. There are turbines on top of the elevator which suck the air inside the tube. There are little holes, little perforations on the bottom that allow air to come in and out. So it works very similar to a syringe. As air above gets extracted, air below gets drawn in, and that's where the difference in pressure lifts you up to your specific level. For descent, the reverse applies. So what we do is we lift the cabin up, we release the locks, and then it's a controlled descent via gravity. So one of the big advantages of our system is it just rests on the existing ground floor. We don't need any pre-construction shaft, we don't need a pit, we don't need a machine room. As long as the floor itself is level, the elevator can just go on the ground. They're also 220 plug and play. So it's literally plugged into a 220 volt outlet. And we manufacture different sizes, so they're also space saving.
That's not an air elevator, that's a smart elevator.
Well, yeah. Well, for us, because of this panel, obviously, when you generally think of smart technologies, you think of sort of integration with your security system, your lights, your stove, all into one user face. But for us at PVE, you know, we consider a smart home as a home that's, as he mentioned, anticipating the homeowner's needs.
Yeah.
You know, a home elevator is a need item. People all over the world contact us because they have need a solution. They have a problem that needs to be solved. This society is a very family-focused society. There's a lot of family members, brothers, cousins, grandparents, all living within the same home. And they're all at different ages, different stages in their lives. So being able to offer this need in advance, you know, does make the home smart. Again, it anticipates that need.
So just to get this right, it's a home product, not a commercial product.
Yes, our elevators are solely for residential use, so they're installed in homes, but they can travel up to 5 levels or 15 meters in total rise. And they're all custom built to the heights of the home. And we have different sizes. They're essentially 1, 2, and 3 passenger lifts, with our 3 passenger being wheelchair accessible. Our smallest model is called the PVE 30. It's only 750 millimeters in diameter. It's this world's smallest fully certified elevator. Our largest is 1,315 millimeters in diameter. It's called the PVE 52 and it's wheelchair accessible. So depending on the amount of space that's available in the home, there's typically a vacuum elevator that'll fit. And again, because they just go on the ground, because they're just plug and play, and because they don't take up a lot of space, the appeal is the flexibility with where they can be installed. They can be placed in living rooms, dining rooms, going up to bedrooms, and because of the plug and play nature, they get installed in as quickly as 2 to 3 days. So again, it's a very easy, attractive, elegant solution. They're panoramic. You have 360-degree views. And yeah, we've been offering them for 20 years in 100+ countries.
Excellent, thank you. Well, I'm impressed by the air elevator, I've got to say. Mr. Pollitt, your expertise in terms of smart home, can you just tell us about, you know, give us a bit more background about how you create these smart homes?
So basically, before I answer this question, we should start from some kind of basic.
Can you go closer to the microphone? Sorry.
Yes, okay, now it's okay.
Oh, there we go.
Everybody hear me? Great. So maybe I'll repeat from the beginning because I don't know what everybody hear me. So before I answer this question, I would like to start from some basic because today the smart home phrase or the word smart is real popular, and probably you can find this word on the most of the boxes in the supermarkets. So now everything is smart. According to that, in the smart home market, we see 2 main branches. First branch is island solutions. Those are mainly the devices that communicate wireless through the Wi-Fi or to the Zigbee network. And those devices are usually some like single separate stands, separate working devices like smart bulbs, smart thermostats, smart switches, and maybe a few more. The second category is the whole home system. In whole home system, we're starting from replacing traditional and old-fashioned working electric installation with a modern one, usually built in a star topology and with a bus cable. And then we put to the living area multiple sensors like temperature sensor, humidity, light, occupancy sensor, door window sensor, etc., etc. Next, we put to these spaces controllers. These controllers are responsible for controlling light, temperature, blinds, irrigation system, door, window, gates, etc., etc. So we can control every of system devices that we are normally installing at home. And when we build a system like this, then all of this information we have in one system. We could say that we have it in one brain. The system is responsible for controlling all of this area. So those separate devices could communicate each other, could work together, and could improve the way how we'll be using our living area. So we could say that this kind of building the system is a revolution in smart home. We could compare it to the car. 30, 40 years ago, when we were using a car, we have a wheel, engine, seats, maybe some other parts, and this device could take us from place A to place B. It was fine, yeah? But nowadays, we are using car which have also multiple sensors, which see the roads, with taking decision instead of us, and sometimes even drive instead of us. Yeah? We have many electronic devices which helps us to drive safety and in an economic way. And we could compare our houses, most of today's houses, like these old cars with this old traditional electric installation, to smart home, which will be this modern car. So this new smart home solutions will improve our lives, make it much more safer, much more comfortable, and also, of course also which could help us save the money for the energy.
So if I wanted to retrofit a 4-bedroom house into like one of this all over, I'm not going to ask for about the cost, because that's what I'm going to ask about is more the kind of period of time. Would I need to move out, or can it be done while I'm there, or how does that work, that process?
So, of course, the best way is to change it during the designing process, because we could start design from this new modern thinking. Yeah, because when we have existing apartment, existing house, to make it fully smart, the best way is to choose the wiring solution, so we need to change the electricity. But if you're interested, of course, we can meet after the conference and I give you my card, so I could help you with that.
Okay.
Yeah, but if we have opportunity to work with the project at the early beginnings, for example, at the design process or the concept process, we could prepare the design to make it very flexible in the future, because this is the most important part. If we don't do it on the early stage, we only can use the wireless solution, which is also good because it's wireless, but it will be not so stable and but using the cable.
So in Saudi, what are you the Grenton system that you're using, is that mostly wireless retrofitting, or are you also doing new builds as well?
From our point of view, our system that we are developing is a hybrid system. So we have both technology. We had wire and wireless. So in Saudi, because we see that this market right now is growing real fast, and you have many of amazing projects here, so we hope that we will be ready to join to this project on the early stages, because only if we join this on the early stages, we'll be ready to prepare full solution, prepare for the future. Of course, it doesn't mean that we can't offer anything for the existing apartment, because we also could use the wireless solution or the mixed one, because as I said, our system works in a hybrid way, so it means that it could choose and use both technology in the same apartment.
Okay, and Mr. Abdullah, from your point of view, are you seeing most of your work in big projects, luxury houses, or are you kind of seeing an adoption kind of in other areas in Saudi, smaller houses and apartments, or but where are most of your work taking place?
Well, I mean, residential in Saudi Arabia, usually it was 90% villas. Now the demand is becoming a bit higher for the apartments. So there is a different solution always for between the villas and the apartments. And like an example, in the apartments you have to have a single entrance for all of the residential, and it's going to be shared for security purposes. You have to find out some devices that it can be shared, and this is what we are working on now. And for the villas, before it was like a single house, single entrance, so it will be only one unit for every villa, and no one is sharing. So the security issues is a concern here. This is the number one. Number two, regarding you have mentioned, by the way, the cost, which is a really very important point.
I didn't really want you to give quotes on stage.
No, yeah, it's okay. But you cannot give a clear cost about the villas, about the apartments, about the residential units. But at the end, you have to go back to the needs, to the design, and also, like an example, the approach is different between everybody. Like an example, I need to save energy, but you need comfort, and somebody needs security. So it's always different, and you cannot say that it's a single or a unified solution for everyone. So this is one of the challenges that we are facing. But to me, I feel like the demand is going more into apartments, more than the villas, which is like we could say it's like 50% to 50%. That's what I feel. I don't know if I answer your question.
Yeah, you have. So when you say apartments, are you talking about a single apartment or the whole apartment block?
No, the whole apartment building, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're talking about the whole apartment, because you cannot go for a single apartment only in case you're talking about security.
Okay.
Yeah, because if you allow somebody to get inside the building, so that means everybody will be affected. So you have to think always about the whole building.
Okay. And then when you're doing these projects, from the design to the implementation, what's that kind of period of time?
It depends on the clients always.
Yeah.
But we have tried to develop our own in-house system where it can give an estimation, or it can give a proposal, initial proposal to the client, where he can specifically select how many rooms, how many, what kind of functions that he wants to have in his house or in his apartments. What kind of appliances that he wants to control. Like an example, somebody wants to control the HVAC, somebody doesn't want HVAC, wants only lighting. So it depends on these needs. He will get an initial idea or initial proposal. Based on that, he can choose whether to continue or to stop sometimes, or to find an alternative solutions. Like an example, for us, we do wired and wireless, but we always prefer wired system, in case if it's under construction building. But if it's like already, ready buildings, so that means we have to think for the wireless system, and for sure we have to take care of the signal issues. So always there will be some issues with the signal. We cannot compare the stability between the wired and wireless system.
So go for wired every time?
Definitely. Wired is the option number one. And we cannot give wireless unless if it's a ready building. If it's under construction, we go only for wired. I mean, this is Turatima only. I mean, at the end, it's the decision, it's the hand of the client himself, but we don't prefer it. We prefer always go for wired, as if you can. If you cannot, if you are having a ready building, then we can think about wireless, but you have to get ready for the issues that you might face with the wireless. We cannot say wireless is bad, okay?
Yeah, yeah.
Because there is a debate in this part. Wireless is also working, but will be for sure less stability and sometimes less features.
I suppose if the whole family's watching HD video through the wireless network.
Correct, yeah, correct. And a mobile phone, if you compare land phone to a mobile phone, signal stability, it's always very clear for us to judge the wireless and wired technology.
Thank you. Mr. Lederber, in terms of your smart elevators, what's the experience? Can we have pipe music as well, or does it use voice activation? Give us the experience.
So I mean, the elevator can be integrated with smart home devices like Amazon Alexa or Google Home. So you can program your device to operate using voice command. So you can literally say, hey Alexa, second level, and the elevator will travel to that floor as you're walking to the elevator. So we do have features such as that. But it is a traditional elevator, so it's a single push operated system. You step inside, you press your desired floor, and it travels up to that level. What's really innovative is the technological aspect of it, that it's literally just air. It's just air that's lifting you up and down. It's not ropes, it's not hydraulics. The other element of it is that it's got a very attractive aesthetic. It's panoramic, it looks like a tube in the home, and it captures a lot of people's attention, right? I go to trade shows all over the world, and whenever we present this to people, they always say the exact same thing. They say, I've never seen anything like that before. So this product has a wow factor to it. It almost becomes kind of like a work of art, kind of a sculpture inside of the home. So we like to consider it a conversation piece in addition to providing sort of accessibility and needs.
And what's the energy saving compared to like a traditional home elevator? Are you using a lot less power?
Yeah, so we don't use any harmful oils, gases, or lubricants that need to be annually replaced. Our elevator is a 220 plug-and-play system, which in the USA, 220 volts is what a standard issue washer and dryer is plugged into. It's literally stacked up in the home and plugged into the wall. Now for ascent, the electrical usage is only for seconds at a time as we're operating the turbines, the motors, to suck the air. For descent, we literally just use gravity. We just use gravity for descent. So hardly any electricity is used to come down. So at our factory in Miami, Florida, we've done electrical tests where if you run the elevator 7 times a day, 365 days a year, it'll have an annual increase of your electrical bill of $100, which in this currency here is about 370 SARs annually. That's what the implication it is. So it's a very green, very energy efficient, and in certain territories, people integrate them with their solar panels. So you can literally have an air-driven, solar-powered elevator that operates 100% off the grid. And it's very popular in places where, power outages are very frequent.
Thank you. I'm coming back to Mr. Tamimi now, and the Saudi Vision 2030 and the quality of life strategy that you have in Saudi Arabia. Smart homes, how do they integrate with this whole concept on quality of life? We have the quality of life strategy, which is about education, it's about entertainment, it's about having a good quality, being able to access markets and mobility. How does the smart home fit into that? It's not a trick question. It's on my script, so you've obviously agreed to this. So the question I've got here: meaningful initiatives for the quality of life by Saudi 2030. Do you expect smart home solutions to grow in the near future in the kingdom to do with quality of life? So, for example, the air elevator, wheelchair access. That's a quality of life issue for an old person to get to the second floor.
Question 2B, right?
This was your question, yeah.
Yeah, okay. The smart system is a part of the society, and you cannot say that the smart system, the smart building, especially smart building, will be improved if we don't have the infrastructure So the infrastructure will be in the hand of the government by having smart cities. That means we will use more features that can be equipped also within the houses. Will rely on the smart cities. Like an example, we cannot have, like an example, the alarm system if it's not connected to the security companies, and if there is no connection, if there is no laws, we cannot connect it. So the part of the security, which is at the end part of the smart homes, is not there. So always we have to think about the smart city. And the good news that we have seen a big move or big evolution in the strategy regarding the smart cities, which is going to be applied for 5 cities now, and if I'm not wrong.
You're right, it's 5, yeah.
There will be like $500 billion will be spent up to 2030. This is a huge amount, and it can build not only 5 cities. It can build more than 10 cities even. So that will help for sure. Everybody will be engaged in the smart systems. Also, the behavior, the individual behavior is changing here. As you see, we're living in this country, and everything is digitalized. You can finish everything. So my behavior as an individual is changing. So I need everything to be digitalized. That will help to convince the people to convert to smart homes or smart buildings. This is really having a very big impact on the industry itself here in Saudi Arabia. Also, we have seen the booming of AI, artificial intelligence, that it's in everywhere. Now, we don't have to tell the building or the house that I'm there. It should know that I'm there. I don't have to tell my TV to switch on. My TV will feel me so that I need to watch a movie at that time. So this is the expectation. Not only an expectation, we are seeing something here and there. Like an example, we have seen ChatGPT. Everybody now is using ChatGPT, and it's helping a lot, and it's really very, very intelligent. So this AI technology is also added to the smart building industry, and I can assure you that within like 3 years, the smart technology will be completely different from now. Now you have to always issue a command. Later on, you don't have to. Everything will get ready by itself. Depends on your need that you didn't tell.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a very good point. It will be ready here in Saudi Arabia because I have seen a lot of changes, a lot of infrastructure, a lot of changes in the behavior in the society itself. Everybody wants to have these technologies, and everybody is also trusting these technology, because this is a very important point, that if somebody doesn't trust this technology, he will not use it. So I think that there will be a bigger demand here in Saudi Arabia, but I hope there will be some good quality of products, that it will not mislead the, because I'm talking about security issues.
Yeah.
Sometimes the information about the houses will be leaked. So this part has to be controlled, and I feel like there is some laws are being issued these days.
You mean like privacy laws?
Yes.
So I agree with that, so that you know what happens in your home as your own business.
Now,
well, the Saudis have always been like that. You've always had privacy in your own home. But I just want to go back to the point of, you said that you were working, you would, when you're doing a wide solution, it would be in a new build. That's what you've got to do. You've got to work with a construction company to get the wiring into the building when it's being constructed, correct?
Correct.
But are we finding that the construction companies have smart in their heads, and they have the workforce, the skills within their workforce to adopt, companies like you are providing the smart technologies. Do they have the mindset to be able to become smart construction companies? Or are we still looking at a mismatch between smart companies like yours and traditional construction companies that have no idea?
Well, yes, let me admit there is some issues there in this area because it's not clear. Actually, the way that the construction companies are working here, usually they take it from wiring part and termination part, which is not really correct. It has to be, their job is only wiring. Termination is supposed to be, on the other hand, with the other companies, construction company. Like an example, we don't do wiring, but we give the design for the wiring. So the contractor is supposed to do the wiring as per our design. The termination part will be our part, but because it's like there are some conflicts between our wiring, which is the smart technology, and the traditional, the conventional wiring, like for the normal sockets or for the TV network or these things. So that's why it's always much better to have a wiring company only. They use the design provided by the smart companies, by the satellite companies, by network companies. So at the end, we will have a very good design of networking within the house, within the building. Also, we will have a very good implementation. At the end, everything will go smoothly. By the way, there is a very important point I have to mention here, which is everybody thinks like smart building is Alexa. Alexa is only giving a command to another device which has to execute the command. So smart systems, it's about commands and actuators, if I can call it. Yeah, it is actuator. They call it actuator. And the actuator part has to be always there. And I don't think there will be a very big improvement in this part. But the command part, which is like Alexa, like the push buttons, screens, touch screens, all of these, there will be some innovation in this industry. Regarding the wiring, will be always there. Problems will be always there, as long as the contractor themselves are terminating the smart devices and conventional devices together.
So, Mr. Pollard, have you come across any problems with this, creating the smart home and working with construction companies, and them not understanding what a smart home is? Have you had any of those experiences?
Before I answer, I want to ask you, probably you see my smile all the time where Mr. Tamimi was saying.
Yes,
because I fully agree with that.
That's why I'm going to you next.
And this is truly really amazing that a person on the other side of the world, because I'm from Poland, thinking and working in the same way how we're developing our system. So this is exactly the way how we see the smart home future. According to your question, right now the smart home market is a fresh market. Not many people know how it could work, how advantages it gives us, and how to prepare all of the structure for that. So what we are doing today, and it's our role, not only our, as I see, is educating the market. Because this constructor company, they see that the world is changing in the smart home. It's not only some luxury parts, it's a necessary. We need to start using this solution because it really start improving our life. Most people connect smart home with some like gadget. Like you say, like with Alexa or something, other devices. But truly when someone starts using smart home system in their life, they see how much it helps. This is not only the comfort. This is the way how he keeps ours safe, because the system could know how many people are inside, what's happening inside. It could controlling all the time and measure the danger, the temperature, the climate, the dangers. So it could all the time monitoring the situation, analyzing the data, and after that it could take some actions before we will notice something or will do something. So it's not only, like I said, the comfort, it's not only the safety, but it's also real important thing, which is energy managing. This is another thing which is also really nice, because we know which devices are turned on right now, which could be turned off, because we know how many people will be or are inside when they came to the homes. So we'll be ready to reduce energy, but turning off, turning on the devices where needs to be more need right now. So what we are doing right now, we're educating the market, we're sharing our knowledge with the construction company. We're helping them with preparing the design, because they have a lot of questions. They know that this is necessary to use this kind of technology, and they see also the future with it. When we're talking with the construction company, they say that we know that we need to do it, because not only we expecting that, also our customer expecting that. And when we're thinking about the future, it's hard to imagine modern and future houses without this technology. It is necessary. So that's why I think everybody now understands that, and the next step is just start putting this technology for the many houses.
Thank you. And Mr. De Lederberg, what about your elevators? Are you installing them yourself, or do they get done through construction companies or through agents that specifically do elevators?
Yeah, so our vacuum elevators, we're a manufacturer. So we have manufacturing facilities all over the globe in every continent, from Europe, Asia, and headquartered in North America. We sell our product worldwide through authorized distributors. So we have over 550 licensed and trained distributors that are all trained to sell and install our products. So in every single country and in most markets and cities, we have a licensed or trained dealer that's able to offer our product to customers specific in that industry or in that area. So that's how we sell and install them.
And then who installs you? The distributor installs?
Yes, they're licensed and trained. So what they do is any distributor who takes on our product is required to come to our factory headquarters to be trained in our system. So how to install, service, break apart, put together our air-driven elevators. Because we're such an innovative technology, it's very different than what most traditional box-style elevators companies are used to. We always, at the first start of training, we tell them, forget everything you know, this is an entirely new system. But once they've come to our training, they see how easy it is to install, because one of the benefits of our system, or how we manufacture, is we pre-build and pre-test every elevator at our factory prior to shipping. So we have over 25,000 installations worldwide, and every one of those elevators has gone through a QC test at our factory for about 48 hours, where we check the locks, the brakes, the machinery, the safety components. We make sure everything's operating at 100%. That way, when the elevator gets shipped, it arrives in modular sections, tube sections that can just get carried into the home and stacked up on top of each other. This is how our elevators can be installed in as quickly as 2 to 3 days. Because unlike a traditional elevator, where it arrives in a box, and literally the first time it's ever being tested or installed is at that moment in that home, the dealer is receiving a product that they know has already been tested, and essentially all they have to do is just wire the connection, do a little cleaning, and hand it off to the end user.
Okay, great, thank you. So we're coming near at the end. I've got a question each for you here, and I'm going to start with Grenton first, with the future. What have you got on the horizon in the development area as far as your smart home technologies are concerned? What are you coming up with soon or in the near future?
You see, we're talking about the smart home, but the devices that we are talking about are not really smart. This is the home automation mostly. So, like Mr. Tamimi just said before, now we have a new technology, the artificial intelligence. And this is amazing technology which could help us to improve many areas of our living, and also smart home included. So what we are working on right now is to implement the AI technology in the smart home security. Because as I said before, We are placing in our living area many multiple sensors, many multiple controllers, and thanks to artificial intelligence, we will know exactly when we should use run some devices. For example, when you're talking about the climate control, the system will know exactly when you will be coming home and will set the temperature that you really like. Also with the lights. So during the evening, if you want to watch a movie, he will set the perfect mood with the good hue will be designed for the watching of the movie. Also the other area like preparing dinner or maybe waiting for the elevator, as you say, because system will know that every morning at 7 a.m. we're waking up, so it will bring the elevator for the second floor and will be waiting for us. So. But this is only thing that we're talking about inside the houses as a single cell. What we're thinking about and the technology that we are working on is not treating house as a single cell, as a treating house as a part of some like common spaces. So we can talk about whole compound, whole complex, because we'll exactly know what will happen in the single homes. We know how many energy it will need, how many persons are inside, what's happening there. So we can connect all of this single homes in a huge network, and then according to the managing whole complex, you will know where you need energy, where you need to send it, when you need to prepare for the higher energy needs. So you will be better prepared for the managing it. Thanks to that, because energy will be more expensive. Everybody tell about it. So thanks to that, you will be ready to save it, to save money for that. And that's not all, because thanks to we have a full information about the people who will be living in this home, inside these homes, will know, well, they will be in danger. So for example, if someone fall down or there will be some fire, the system could send information to the central station to send some help. And when this help will come, it could open the gate for the complex and then open the door and turn on the light inside, the lamp inside, to improve and make and help these people go inside faster to help you.
Excellent. And Ms. Tamimi, same question on smart homes. You know, what do you seeing the future as? What's coming up?
Well, as I said earlier, that it's the smart systems is two sides. There is a command devices and there is an executing devices. Command devices, as I said, it's going to be improving a lot. There is a big innovation we're seeing here. And regarding the actuators or the executing devices, I think it's going to be implemented in the appliances. We don't have to have our own actuator to operate the devices, because now sometimes we're facing some difficulties in controlling some devices, like the elevators now. It can be controlled directly without a third party, am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so there will be several products will come, like an example, even some of the cars is supporting IoT, Internet of Things. So in this case, the actuator parts that we usually use for the smart systems will disappear with the time. This is what I feel it's going to happen nearly. I mean, in like next 5 years, we will not see much actuators, or the manufacturers will not be there. So the manufacturers will start manufacturing some chips or chipsets or some elements to add to the appliances, like to the fridge or to the HVAC systems, where the HVAC system, or even to the fixture. So it will be smart by itself, where it can be communicate with the others without the actuators.
I mean, the appliance people are a bit slow, really, aren't they? Because it's only like in the last few years they've done the oven combo microwave, but we've had microwaves for I don't know how many years.
Yeah,
right?
correct.
You know, so it's taken them a long time to catch up. I don't know what the the protection mindset is, but let's go to the air elevator. So what's next on the horizon for you guys?
Yeah, so again, we've had our circular round-shaped elevators for 21 years, and this year we launched the first square powered by air. So you take a circle and you now have it as a square. We call it the Cube. It's a two-passenger elevator that's about 915 millimeters by 915 millimeters. So rather than the circular design, it's a square shape. I mean, what we see in the future is, again, we are, as a population, as a species, you know, advances in medicine are allowing people to live longer than ever before. I mean, annually around the world, our life expectancy is increasing. So we're not getting younger, we're getting older, and people want to remain in the comforts of their home. The big buzzword in the US is age in place. And so home elevators are becoming more and more common. And you know, as societies such as Saudi Arabia adopt more modern technologies and try to find ways to, you know, not only increase the lifestyle but the health and comfort of their people, you'll see that home elevators will become less of a luxury item and more of a common necessity, right? So we hope to be on the forefront of that, given also because of the green energy, the innovative technology, you know, the fact that it's very sustainable. We also think differentiates us from the rest of the competition. So we are very excited for the future, as you know, we are in the business of helping people and remaining in their homes.
Great. Well, gentlemen, thank you very much for sharing your thoughts on smart homes. We're going to draw the panel to a close. Please, everybody, give them a big round of applause for being with us today. And if I can ask the three of you to come to the middle here and take a photograph, and thank you very much.